Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. My gosh, AI is certainly on the minds of many because now Kickstarter is introducing their AI policy. Goes into effect August 29th. Today is August 1st, and this was put up August 1st by their Director of Trust and Safety in News. Okay, so this policy, which prioritizes transparency, credit, and consent, goes into effect August 29th. In the past year, has been a lot of discussion about AI. It's particularly top of mind for creatives. We've seen it, folks. We've seen it on drive-through. We've seen it in discussions on Facebook and other social media. It's happening. The discussion's happening on Twitter. It's happening in the Tenkar Tavern Discord server because there's a lot of confusion about AI. I am not going to say that I understand any of the nuances, but it is a scary new world if you are a classic creator, right? Somebody that doesn't use AI. So let's go into this. It's particularly top of mind for creatives, some who are exploring ways that AI can enhance their work, and others who are thinking through what the last advancements mean for credit, consent, and their livelihoods. That's very important, right? If you're in this community, if you're in the gaming community, you likely know creatives, writers, artists, mappers, layout individuals, and this advancement is like most technical advancements. Some people get the new jobs, and some of the old jobs slink away. Um, we shall see. As a platform for creators, we have a responsibility to directly engage in this ongoing conversation and to establish, for the first time, a clear framework for how Kickstarter approaches projects that incorporate or build AI. In December, we shared our initial reflections on AI. Since then, we've talked to creators, including those in our Community Advisory Council, backers, other platform leaders, and our own staff. Those conversations helped us shape our AI policy, which will go into effect on Tuesday, August 29th. The policy. To be clear, our new policy does not ban the use of AI in Kickstarter projects. However, we want to make sure that any project that is funded through Kickstarter includes human creative input. And I can understand why, because that's what you're basically paying for is you're doing a patronage. With Kickstarter. You are supporting creatives, and if there's no human creative input, that's a problem. We want to make sure that any project that is funded through Kickstarter includes human creative input and properly credits and obtains permission for any artist's work that it references. Okay. Policy requires creators to be transparent and specific about how they use AI in their projects because when we're all on the same page about what a project entails, it builds trust and sets the project up for success. Beginning August 29th, if AI is a part of a creator's project, they'll be prompted in the project submission process to share details about how they leverage AI. Here's a summary of our upcoming policy. To be allowed on Kickstarter, projects utilizing AI tools for generating images, text, or other output must disclose relevant details on their project page. This includes information about how the creator plans to use AI content in their project, as well as which elements of their project will be wholly original and which elements will be created using AI outputs. Isn't there that middle ground that AI is used to prompt or outline or spark maybe the text, and then the creator comes in and rewrites what the AI wrote? So now it isn't one or the other, right? Where's that line? Projects developing AI technology tools or software must disclose information about any database and data the creator intends to use. The creator must also indicate how these sources handle consent and credit for the data they utilize. If the sources don't have processes or safeguards in place to manage consent, such as through an opt out or opt in mechanism, then Kickstarter is unlikely to allow the project. This is like Midjourney, right? You can go, I want some artwork in similar to the form of Larry Elmore. I mean, really, you could do it. It doesn't mean to get Larry's quality, but that's where the source material is going to be coming from. It's where it's going to be looking. Oh, well, you said Larry. If any use of AI is not disclosed properly during the submission process, the project may be suspended. Now, this, as was mentioned on the Drive-Through RPG update, this could require a lot of work on the side of Kickstarter to determine if AI art or AI writing is being used, right? You have to go through these projects and either look at them closely or rely upon third parties, the consumer, to become informants, rats. You're going to have to like Internal Affairs had a number for the public to call. They had a number for people within the department to call. Well, maybe this is what we're going to wind up having with AI art and writing. A lot of work. A lot of work to catch it when it isn't being indicated. And there are going to be people who get caught up in this, in my opinion, who aren't going to be using AI writing tools or AI art tools, but maybe they crib too close to somebody else's format or style, and they're going to be accused of such. False positives. Attempting to skirt our guidelines or intentionally misrepresenting a project will result in restrictions from submitting a Kickstarter project in the future. Oy. We'll begin enforcing our AI policy on August 29th for any project submitted on that date and after. We will not be retroactively enforcing the policy for projects that are submitted prior to this date. So basically what they're saying is you've got 4 weeks. 4 weeks to get your shit in if you plan on using AI and you don't want to abide by the new policy. When the policy goes live, it will be available on our rules page and in our help center. How we're encouraging transparency around AI in the submissions process and on the projects page. In support of the new policy, we will introduce a new set of questions in the project submissions process. The creator will be asked to share if their project uses AI technology to generate outputs, if the project's primary focus is on developing generative AI technology, or if it involves another use of AI. We'll also ask whether the creator has consent from owners of the works that are used to produce AI generated portion, the AI generated portion of their project. Once submitted, these projects will then be put through a human review process by a moderation team. All right, but if you flag yourself as not using AI and you are using AI, you're not going to get reviewed. That's what I'm seeing here. I could be wrong. If you're reviewing every project, I'm sure they'll be hiring a lot of people there at Kickstarter. If a project is accepted once it goes live, any AI components of the project will be visible in a newly added Use of AI section on the project page. Throughout our conversations with creators and backers, what our community wanted most was transparency. And I can see that. I'm not saying, listen, I find AI art, AI writing to be very interesting, very empowering if used by those that, like again, I've said, I can't draw for shit. With AI art, I can get something that might be usable in a project that maybe comes close to what I want without me having to talk to an artist and working all that stuff out. Doesn't mean that it's going to be good, though. It might be good enough. We're happy to directly answer this call from our community by adding a section to the project page where backers can learn about a project's use of AI in the creator's own words. What's next? This policy is not just new, it's iterative. As AI technology continues to evolve and we continue conversations with our community, we'll revisit how this policy is working and how we can strengthen it over time. If you have questions about our new AI policy or need additional support to make sure your upcoming project is compliant, well, you want to make sure you got 4 weeks to get it out the door, and then you don't have to worry about that shit. Please reach out to us. So I want to hear, listen, again, AI is big news. And the understanding of AI by the layman, and that includes people like me, is minimal. So I would like to get your feedback. Do you agree with the Kickstarter policy? If you disagree with it, with what part? The whole thing? A specific part? Would you tweak it in any other way? Let me know. How do you think this compares to the drive-through policy? And the drive-through policy compares to the Roll20 policy. All right, folks. On that note, if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe, like, comment. Can't stress that enough. Be safe, be well, God bless. Roll those dice, roll them well. Tomorrow is Wednesday. That means a live stream. Our live streams are very popular. I really do appreciate it. We got a lot of good feedback, a lot of great response. So tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, live stream. All right, folks. God bless. Be good. I'll catch you later.